Throw my below pipia. Side step and left and now you go. Now you like can back in. Sorry me no got space for you. Hey, hi everyone. How are you in my one talks in Papua New Guinea? Now when I say one talks, actually I'm referring to the Papua New Guineans, especially my Papua New Guinean students, okay? And when I say kababayan, I'm referring to my one talks who are in the Philippines, like my fellow Filipinos. Since I am a Filipino from the Philippines, I am a teacher by profession and specialized in maths, statistics, science, and physics. So this is, and also students around the world. Now, I want you to understand this is our second video, and this is our today's tutorial and coaching is on the topic of factorizing algebraic expression. I hope that the students who will come across to this video, my YouTube channel, Mr. Delicious. This is Mr. Delicious. Okay, I'm here to help you. I hope that the parents and the students will come across to this video, and at least I will through this video tutorials and coaching in mathematics, I would be able to help you assist in your studies. Okay, I'm pretty sure that whatever schools you are schooling, I'm pretty sure that for this 4 weeks of isolation in Papua New Guinea, or even in other countries where they're already having their virtual teaching. So I think you will also use this one as your reference, especially in all the topics that we are going to discuss. So we are still having a tutorials and coaching for the mathematics subject for the grade 8 students. Okay. Oh, you might be wondering, why am I wearing face mask when I am actually just in my mini library? Okay, I just want to let you know that we have to really understand this current situation that we are having. So please wear your face mask and please follow the COVID-19 protocols. Okay, we have to work together in order to protect ourselves, because we are actually our enemy is invisible. Okay, the microbes. Okay, I'm going to remove this one now so that we can understand each other. And also I have here myself, I prepared my water with the lemon and the ginger. Thank you. I was really relieving now. Okay. This is our second video, and in our first lesson presentation, I have given you the activity for you to do, and that is to the simplifying algebraic expression. So I have given you 8 questions for you to do on simplifying algebraic expression. Expand and simplify algebraic expression. So this is the normal thing that we are going to do whenever we complete one lesson, one topic of our tutorial and coaching. There will always be an activity for you to do, so that we can follow it up the next video when we having our next lesson. Okay, so for question number 1, expand and simplify for this given. This is the working out. Can you see it? Okay. All right. Can you see that one? We have 2 plus and then 3 open 2x minus 3. And our final answer here is negative 7 plus 6x, or 6x minus 7. So why did I say or here? Because either of these two is correct. Okay? But then sometimes in your exam, if it is a multiple choice question, you might encounter the option as 6x minus 7 instead of negative 7 plus 6. Actually, this one is just a rearrangement. If you notice, our 6x here has a positive sign, and when you rewrite it into writing it first, it is also positive 6x, or just simply 6x. Okay, and the next one, 7, has a negative sign, so negative 7, and then we have here negative or minus 7. So that is now the working out. So please check your work. I hope that we have the same answer. Okay, next we have number 2 and number 3. So number 2 and number 3, they're just similar. So this is now the working out and the answer for number 2 and number 3. So for number 2, we have negative 14z minus 7 is the answer. And for number 3, we have 18a minus 54 as the answer. Now you notice here that I did not do it anymore step by step. I just have to go straight. Negative 7 times 2z equals negative 14. Okay, in our previous tutorial, there was a step-by-step there, but that one is just to show you how it is done. But once you have already mastered it, you can actually just go straight. Negative 7 times 2z equals negative 14z. And then negative 7 times positive 1 is negative 7. And that is now our final and correct answer. As well as in number 3. So please check your answer. Question 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay? Next one, let's move on to our question number 4. So our question number 4 here. Question number 4 and 5. Okay? For question 4 and 5, our answer there is negative 3x plus y minus z. Now take note that the factor outside this expression is 1. So that is 1 over there. That will be now negative 1. So negative 1 times 3x equals negative 3x. Negative 1 times negative 1y equals positive 1y, because 1 times 1 equals 1, and negative times negative equals positive. Okay, then we have negative times positive equals negative. 1 times z equals 1z, or z only. Number 5, okay, I did not have space anymore to write down the answer, but you can tell me. I will narrate it to you, the answer. So this is our given 9 minus 2 and 3a plus 4. So remain 9, and you just you must perform first the 1 in the brackets, meaning you have to, in order to expand it, you need to remove the brackets. Okay, so 2 negative 2 times positive 3a equals negative 6a, and negative 2 times positive 4 equals negative 8. From there, you can now collect like terms. You see what I did here? 9, that is positive 9. And then this 8 has a sign negative. So that is minus 8. So I'm combining or collecting like terms, because 9 and 8 are constants. And then minus 6a. So what do you think now is our final answer over here underneath? Plus 9 minus 1. So that is 9 minus 1 equals 1. So 1 minus 6a is the answer. 1 minus 6a is the answer. or you can have negative 6a plus 1. You get it now? Okay, so that is question number 5. Let's proceed to our question number 6. This is our question number 6. So question number 6 is y minus 4 minus y. So the final answer is 2y minus 4. So please check your answer. Okay, very good. Okay, that's our answer there. Next one is question number 7. So for question number 7, this is our working out and the final and correct answer. So please check your work if you have gotten the correct answer of the question number 7. Okay, and finally our question number 8. So question number 8 is here. We have 8 2a. Okay, we've done this one. So now you work it out. First, to remove the first bracket by expanding, so multiplying the factor. And then we have 2 times 3a equals 6a. 2 times positive 2 times negative 1 equals negative 2. And then we have here the factor of this expression is 1. Outside there, 1. So that is negative 1 times positive 5 equals negative 5. Negative 1 times negative equals positive. 1 times a equals a. And then we have 6a plus a. So we are now collecting like terms 6a and then plus a. Positive 6a and then this one is plus a. Collect like terms. And then we have negative 2, that is minus 2 in here. Negative 5 and then negative 5 as well. So the final answer now is we have 6a plus, remember, okay, a is an expression that is understood to have a numerical coefficient of 1. So this may be a, or any letter that stands alone is understood to have a numerical coefficient of 1. So that is now 6a plus 1a equals 7a. And then negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7. That is our rule of directed numbers or integers. Negative 2 minus 5 equals negative 7. Okay? So, who amongst you here got 8 out of 8? I'm gonna buy you donut. Okay? I'll give you lollies if you get a perfect score. Alright? Anyway, what's important here is you were able to do some practice, and this is in preparation for your grade 8 mathematics national examination. It's part of your revisions while you are in the house for these 4 weeks. Okay. Now, let's proceed now to our lesson this afternoon. Now, by the way, remember that after we complete simplifying algebraic expression, factorizing algebraic expression, and evaluating algebraic expression, I will have a separate video in which I am going to write down all the summary questions for this one so that I would be able to test your understanding in this topic before I proceed to the next topic. Okay? You understand it now? Okay, very good. Now, let's now proceed to our next topic for today. We call this one as lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 with Mr. Delicious. Okay. Okay. So lesson number 2. So we are done with simplifying algebraic expression. We now proceed to factorizing algebraic expression. So I will rewrite the whole of the topic so we can have a clear algebra. We are still under algebra. Okay, so our topic for today, okay, this is our lesson for today. This is more on the next one. We have factorizing algebraic expression. Algebraic expressions. Okay. So, how do we factorize algebraic expression? Okay. How do we factorize rather? How do we factorize algebraic expression? Okay, I'll write it down here. The rule of factorizing. So to factorize, okay, I underline that one. An algebraic expression. To factorize algebraic expression, first find the highest common factor, or we call it HCF. Okay? All right. Of the terms, and then, okay, and then use grouping symbols. Okay, factorizing is the opposite of expanding. Okay, so in our simplifying algebraic expression, we were doing the expanding of the expression, and then we simplify it. So, but this time now we are on factorizing algebraic expression. So let's have this example now. So the example that we have, okay, so this is our example. So instruction A is factorize. Okay, factorize. Take note, what is the rule of factorizing algebraic expression? Grade 8 student, okay, or grade 7 student, or grade 9 student. How do we factorize algebraic expression, or grade 10 student? Okay, take note. And to factorize an algebraic expression, first find the highest common factor of the terms. So remember this one. Highest common factor of the terms. Look at that one, plural, terms. So meaning to say, it could be the first term, or the second term, or the third term, or depending on the number of terms in the given expression. So of the terms, and then meaning to say that you must check first each term whether there is a highest common factor that is common to each term. Okay, so next, in our example here, we have to factorize number 1. Okay, let's have here number 1. Factorize 3x minus 5. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. This is our number 2 here. Okay, is it still clear there? Okay, number 2, we have 8a square minus 12a. Okay, Then let's come to number 3. So number 3 is we have 3a minus 6b minus 9. And then let's have number 4, negative 12cd plus 15c. Okay, and then we have example number 5. Number 5, we have x cubed, or x to the power of 3 plus x squared, or x to the power of 2. And then we have number 6, x open x plus y minus 2, and then x plus y. Okay, so that's our examples here. So let us work this one together to factorize algebraic expression. Remember, factorizing algebraic expression. Okay, to factorize algebraic expression, first find the highest common factor. Grade 8 students, find the highest common factor. So of the terms, so this one here we have, okay, I need to get the other, we have this one. All right. The terms here are 3x and 5. Okay, we are looking for the highest common factor of each term, the common factor, the highest common factor. So we have this first term is 3x, so 3 has a literal coefficient of x. The second term is only a constant and it doesn't have a literal coefficient. So meaning that you can only focus on the numerical coefficient of this 3 and this 5. Is that 5? Oh, sorry. It's actually 15, not 5. Okay? It is 15. Sorry for that one. Otherwise, we will not be able to. Okay. So that is 15. 3x minus 15. So what's next? Okay? So the common factor between 3, the highest common factor between 3 and 15 is, what is the highest common factor between 3 and 15? It is 3. Okay? Then you are now going to put 3 outside. And since that is the only common factor of each term, so 3, and then you can now have our parenthesis here. We use now the grouping symbol parenthesis, and we can now have 3 divided by 3, or 3x divided by 3 is 1x, or simply x. So you can now remove the 1. Okay? So that is 3 divided by 3 is 1x. And then that's x, but this x is already understood to have a coefficient of 1. So there's no need for you to write down 1. Remember this one all the time, that when the coefficient is 1, in your final answer, you don't need to write down the coefficient 1. Okay? Thank you. Next one. So we have here negative divided by positive. So we do it like this, step by step. Negative divided by positive equals negative. Okay? That's the one. 15 divided by 3. What is the quotient when you divide 15 divided by 3? Okay? And that is 5. Okay? 5. And therefore, then we have now the close bracket, and therefore our final answer factorizing is 3 open x minus 5. Now take note, when we are factorizing algebraic expression, your final answer will be using grouping symbols. You can either use the parentheses or the brackets. Okay? Next one, question number 2. What we have here in question number 2. Okay? So remember that in factorizing algebraic expression, in your exam, in your classroom test, in your grade 8 national examination, or whatever mathematics exam you are going to sit on, factorize is the common instruction, and you just have to follow this very basic and simple instruction. So we have check now, check individual terms, because of the word the terms. The terms is plural. So this is the first term, this is the second term. Okay, so we check first 8, the numerical coefficient, and 12. Okay, you are going to check the numerical coefficient whether there is a common factor between 8 and 12. Okay, so that common factor must be the highest common, between 8 and 12. The highest that is common between 8 and 12. That is what we meant by highest common factor. Okay, next, then afterwards, you are now going to proceed to the literal coefficient. This one is a square. This one is a. So when we have an expression of a square, this one is a square. Can you see? Can you see me? Okay, when we have a square, this one means that there are two a's. And that is one pala A. Sorry, I'm talking in Tok Pisin. By the way, students around the world, I can speak Tok Pisin, which is the national language of Papua New Guinea. So, yeah, because I've been here in Papua New Guinea for 19 years, and therefore I can speak the language. But I'm Filipino. My nationality is Philippines. I'm from the Philippines, and I can speak the national language, Tagalog, and actually, I am a Visayan speaker, so I speak Bisaya, which is a dialect in my country. Okay, I'm from the southern part of the Philippines. Okay, anyway, let's go back to business. So there are two A's here. When an expression a to the power of 2, it means to say that there are two A's. So that is a, 1 pla a, na narapla a as well. So that is a times a. Why did I say a times a? Because of the law of indices or law of exponents. When you multiply the same base, a times a equals a square. To separate them, the operation must be multiplication. So that means that there are two a's in here, and we have one a. So is it obvious now to identify the highest common factor between a square and a? What is the highest common factor? It will be 1a. So now let's check now. I think it's clear to you now. So what do you think is the highest common factor between 8 and 12? You remember that in your grade 6 or your grade 5, you were taught on finding the factors of the numbers. So the factors of 8, 1, 2, 4, and 8. The factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, so what is the common factors of 8 and 12? So we have here 8. The common factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. The factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, you get it? So, of all these factors of 8 and 12, you are now going to get the highest common factor, and the highest common factor between 8 and 12 is 4. Alright, so now you will put 4 outside. This is now 4 outside. And then we are done with the numerical coefficient. What is next? We'll now come to the literal coefficient. So there are 2 A's in here and 1 A. So therefore, the highest common factor of A squared and A is A. Okay? So in other words, if in your exam, it will be like this. What is the highest common factor of 8A squared and 12A? The answer would be 4A. The highest common factor of 8A squared and 12A is 4A. Hey, it's going to come out in your exam. One of the questions would be like this. What is the highest common factor of the given algebraic expression? So you have to be very good at getting at it. Okay, so after we have already taken the highest common factor of this expression, we can now have our grouping symbol, and the very common grouping symbol is parentheses. So we have what do we do again from here? 8 divided by 4. Okay, 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, that is 2. And then A squared divided by A is 1 pala A. Okay, and kind of same. A squared over A, or A squared divided by A. So this playa, or this one, is A times A, and the rule is cancellation method in mathematics. So 1A on top, which is the numerator, and then 1A in the denominator, you cancel it. So now you end up with only 1A. So we put 1A there. Do you get it now? I hope you are getting it, because after this we have our activity as well. I'm gonna give you the activity as well. Okay, next one is negative divided by positive. This 4A carries a positive sign. Okay, negative divided by positive is negative. Okay, and then we have 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then what happened to A divided by A? The operation here, when you are now going to get the terms here, is division. So A divided by A. So it's just like what I have shown you about this. When it comes to, can you still see it here? Okay, when it comes to here, A divided by A, okay, it's just the same as cancel this one, cancel. What is left now is 1, and this one also is 1. So it's just like 1 divided by 1 is 1. So in other words, A divided by A equals 1. Okay, A divided by A equals 1. You get it now? Okay. So therefore, if A divided by A equals 1, 1 times 3 is equal to 3. So no need for a 1 there now. A divided by A equals 1. 1 times 3 equals just 3. So our final answer is that one. Okay. So next one is, our next one here is this one. 3A minus 6B minus 9. So there are 3 terms in here. So when there are 3 terms, you just have to check each term. This one is 3A. The coefficient, literal coefficient is A. The second term is B. The literal coefficient is B, 6B, and the literal coefficient is B. And the third term is 9, which is constant. It doesn't have literal coefficient. So that means to say that your focus only would be on only on the numerical coefficient. What do you think is the highest common factor of 3, 6, and 9? Okay, the highest common factor of 3, 6, and 9. That would be 3. Okay, same thing as what we did here. You can do it like this if you cannot automatically get the highest common factor of 3, 6, and 9. So the highest common factor of 3, 6, and 9 is 3. Okay, then we have, okay, now it's done. So we have now the brackets. So the parentheses. Now we have 3 divided by 3, that is 1, 1A. Okay, or simply without the 1. Because again, like what I've said, any variable or coefficient, literal coefficient stands alone, is understood to have a numerical coefficient of 1. Okay, and negative divided by positive is negative. 6 divided by 3 is 2B. We are now going to just rewrite the B because this 3 doesn't have a B. Okay, and then next, negative divided by positive is negative, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So now, this close parenthesis, and this is now our final and correct answer. Okay, next, number 4. I will now erase this part here. Okay, so that one is done. Let's now have number 4. So in our number 4, negative 12CD plus 15C. So this one has only 2 terms. So it's easy for us to factorize. Okay, now if you notice that our first term is a negative sign. So whenever we have a negative sign in our first term in the given algebraic expression, to factorize it, you must also carry the negative sign out. So that means now I can have negative sign here, and then I'll check 12 and 15. So what is the common factor of 12? The highest common factor of 12 and 15. Okay, what do you think? What is the highest common factor of 12 and 15? How do we get it again? 12. Can you see the 12? Okay, 12. The factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. The common factor of the factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. So what can you check here? Which number here is common between 12 and 12 and 15? So that is 3. So the highest common factor of 12 and 15 is 3. And then you will now put 3 here outside along with the negative sign. And then literal coefficient CD and this one is C. So it's very obvious here. Is it? It's very obvious. The very obvious meaning that the common letters or the common expression. So C, C. So Bayu, put him C outside now. Put him C. Okay, sorry. Put C outside, and that is it. You have now taken the highest common factors of negative 12CD and positive 15C. The highest common factor of these two terms is negative 3C. Okay? And then we have now the brackets or open parentheses. And then we now start the dividing, okay, or division. 12, okay, this one first. Negative divided by negative. What is the product when you divide two like sign numbers? Negative divided by negative equals, very good, positive. So we now have here positive, or simply no need to write down positive. Okay? Okay, so that is positive. Negative divided by negative is positive, or no need to write down positive. 12 divided by 3. 4. Very good. 12 divided by 3 is 4. CD divided by C. So when you are dividing a literal coefficient, okay, the common coefficient will be cancelled. So that will be cancelled. What is left now is just D. Okay, it's just D. And then positive divided by negative. Positive divided by negative equals negative. 15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then C divided by C